talking to the man with the biggest little YouTube channel on the entire interweb, Mr. Riding and Wrenching himself, in the flesh.
You have the largest, oh my goodness,
the biggest,
little channel on the whole interweb.
All right, the biggest little YouTube channel on the entire interweb.
My man, there we go. Video is sponsored by Wings Customs, the maker of custom handlebars for your Harley Davidson motorcycle, and Volunteer Audio, who can install some of the greatest sound systems on your bike. Let them know that Riding and Wrenching sent you. So Run to the Hills 4 is in the books. I'm here at Bootlegger Harley Davidson. I'll do a quick recap video of some things that I learned at Run to the Hills 4. The first one, you never know when you will need to do a U-turn. We're on the ride on Friday and we're going up to see some site here in Knoxville on this narrow 2-lane road, and traffic came to a stop. There's about 150 bikes and we are stuck. And it turns out that we have to do a U-turn and head back in the direction that we came from. I'm like, okay, no big deal. It looks like there's going to be enough room for us to continue going forward, do a nice, easy U-turn, and come back out. But that was not the case. This was a road, there was a slight uphill climb, and it was also banked to the left a little bit. And as luck would have it, again, there's about 150 bikes, and who appears out of nowhere? Robert Simmons. And he says, hey, Mike, why don't you do a U-turn right here and show everyone how to do it? And I'm like, oh my God, this didn't just happen. And I'm looking at this road and I'm like, okay, well, it's about 22 feet. So I've got plenty of room. I can do a U-turn in 16 feet. So that gives me about 6 feet of extra room, plenty of space. But again, it's heading uphill and it was banked to the left a little bit. So when I go to start the U-turn, the bike is going to start speeding up as you come around. And I thought to myself, well, the techniques don't change, just do the U-turn. And I did. Executed the U-turn. My blood pressure went back down and I relaxed. But I was still cursing Robert Simmons in my mind for putting me in that spot, or at least calling me out. But I'm glad I'm glad I was able to do that. Hopefully I inspire someone to start taking classes and learn how to execute maneuvers like that, because you just don't know when it's going to happen. I did see at least one person need the help of 3 other riders to turn their bike around. And again, I'm not trying to shame anybody, but it's just it can be a tricky situation. Or what if you're by yourself and you just got to get it done? So take classes, whether you're training with Robert, you can take Lock and Lean, you can train with Jerry Palladino, ride like a pro, or whomever you want. But take classes and practice and learn how to maneuver, because you never know when you're going to need it. The next thing I learned at Run to the Hills 4, the best part of it, it's not the content creators, because you get to meet Traveling Tall and his whole family, you get to meet Robert Simmons and a host of other YouTube content creators, but they're not the best part of it. The best part of it is not even the rides that you do here in Knoxville. The best part are the cool people that you meet, and I met so many cool people here.
Ready? Now listen, this old girl here's nickname is Copperhead.
Copperhead?
Because of the color. You see that snake skin on here?
Okay.
I got navigation. Everything a Honda Accord got, this got.
Can I show you what you're missing?
What I'm missing?
You ready? You're missing one important thing.
What is that, kid?
This right here. That's what you're missing, sir.
Q.
You can do all you want to go, and you can put all them buttons on there.
Hold on,
it's missing that one important thing.
Let me show you something.
It's missing it now.
It got the H.
Well,
y'all came close.
I don't see it.
You see the H?
Where is it? Where is it? I don't see anything. Had an absolute fantastic time. I arrived on Thursday. I got here about 4 o'clock. I was tired, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go lay down in my hotel room. But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go sit in the lobby and see how long it takes me to meet someone. So I'm heading back down to the lobby. I didn't even sit down before I started talking to people. And by the time I sat down, there were probably 7 or 8 of us, and we're like, hey, let's go get something to eat. And so about 8 of us went and had lunch or dinner together and had an absolutely fantastic time. That's the coolest thing about Run to the Hills, is that you will make friends here. The next thing that I learned at Run to the Hills is that people actually watch my YouTube channel. And I want to thank each and every one of you who spoke to me. I really appreciate it. But the one person, and I don't remember his name, but he called me out. In fact, if I were capable of turning red, I would have turned beet red, because we were on a ride and he comes up to me and says, "Hey Q, what's with the half helmet? You said you were going to wear a full face helmet." And I'm like, "Yep, you got me." He called me out. So I did switch into my full face helmet the next day, and it wasn't as bad as I thought, because it was still hot. It was a little hot here. And that was the reason I was a little hesitant about wearing the full face helmet, but I was comfortable. And thank God that I had it on, because I got hit in the face with the biggest, nastiest looking bug you've ever seen in your life. Hit me, I mean, fortunately I had glasses on too, because I had the visor open on the on my helmet, and it hit right in my eye. Completely covered the lens with bug goo, and it was running all over my face. It was disgusting. So I took the glasses off, I dropped the visor down, and kept going. If I had a half shell helmet on, I would have had to pull over, because I just couldn't see through my glasses anymore because of all the bug goo. So thank you to the person who called me out at Buc-ee's and told me I shouldn't be wearing that half shell helmet, because I did change it out. Next thing that I learned at Run to the Hills 4, Knoxville, this is like motorcycle heaven here. They've got some of the best roads that you're going to ride. I took some rides here that I've not done before, and I've been to Knoxville several times, but I went some new places and actually had a phenomenal time. Great rides. It's just an incredible place to go riding. So if you have an opportunity to come through, whether you come to Run to the Hills or not, come through Knoxville, because it's a great city. The next thing that I learned at Run to the Hills, my Cruise Tools toolkit saved the day again. There was a rider that needed some tools, and he says, "Hey, do you have that toolkit with you?" I pulled it out, and we took care of it. It was nice and easy, and he was able to continue on in his day. So get yourself a toolkit. Whether you get the Cruise Tool toolkit or not, get something, because it's in, you just don't know when you're going to need it, and it will come in handy. So I'll provide an affiliate link for that toolkit for those of you who want one. The next thing that I learned at this trip at Run to the Hills, riding in a motorcycle group with about 200 bikes, man, that was a challenge. Actually, it wasn't a challenge. It was entertaining. Some ways it's a little scary, because there's so many bikes. You don't know everyone. You don't know everyone's skill level. But we had a great time. And it's always nice that if something goes wrong, you're with all of these cool people, because a few things did happen, and everyone, went out of their way to help those who had issues. So hopefully everyone made it home safely. I hope everybody had a good time. Big shout out to Traveling Tall and his family for putting on such a great event. In fact, they did a fundraiser, and I'm going to provide a link to the fundraiser if you want to make a donation. It's a great cause. I donated some money myself. I'll probably donate a little bit more, but I'll provide a link in the description of the video. Please take a look at that, learn a little bit more about it, and if you can, donate to help that out. So I will be back at Run to the Hills 5 if Traveling Talls does it. If he puts it on again, hopefully he will, because again, this is my best, favorite event by far, and whether I had a YouTube channel or not, I would still be here, because I have a great time every time I come. You're not going to see a whole lot of footage from me from this trip, because I didn't shoot a whole lot, but I know there's a lot of other great YouTube content creators that were here, and I'm going to give a shout out to a few of them. Gpops and Gigi came all the way here from California. Great people, had a phenomenal looking bike, a custom painted street glide, and it looked amazing. So take a look at their channel, because they did a really nice video on getting their bike customized. Great people. They're VI preloaders like myself. They train and practice with Robert. Good, solid people. Also, someone new that I met, his channel is called God, Cars, and Bikes. I think that's right. I'm going to provide a link for his channel as well. Solid guy. We met as I pulled up to the hotel, and he's one of the guys I went and had dinner with. Solid guy. I'm looking forward to watching some of his content as well. But I'll post a link to his channel as well. I had an opportunity to meet him, and there are a host of others. Poppa-D Rides. Of course, Robert Simmons, Traveling Tall were here. Slappy Adventures was here. Who else? I'm probably leaving off a few, and I apologize, but there's just a lot of great people here. Just having an absolute fantastic time. So I hope to see you next year at Run to the Hills 5. This is Q. I'm riding, I'm wrenching, and I am out.
All right, go. What's your name, sir?
Rick G.
Where you from?
I'm from Waldorf, Maryland. And also my riding name is Shooter.
Okay.
And hey, I watch the biggest little YouTube channel on the internet.
My man, that's what I'm talking about.
Riding and renting, the biggest YouTube store on the interweb.
There you go, man.
I got close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
What's your name, brother?
Smitty.
Where you from?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.